Okay, just a few closing comments in terms of our talk this evening, and then we're going to move on to do a couple of activities. I hope you can see that market research needs to be really focused. As I've said, there is a huge wealth of information out there, and you can collect fantastic reports and statistics and build up very impressive looking files. But unless that information answers very specific questions, it's of very little value. So please be clear about the questions that you want to be answered, and make sure that the information you're collecting is actually relevant to that specific area. Please take the step-by-step approach with identifying your target market, because again, when our enthusiasm takes over, we sometimes think that everybody will want to be interested or take part in what we've got to offer. But the more you can be specific and target a particular segment of the population, the more successful you will be. We've talked about market research for small businesses in terms of perhaps not having much money or much time, and there are certainly some constraints that may restrict the way that you operate. What that doesn't mean, though, is that you can't be systematic. You can still follow a very clear procedure. You can make sure that you replicate exactly the same environments when you run focus groups, for instance, or when you conduct questionnaires. You ask the same question to everybody using the same wording in the same environment. And that means that your results will be valid and you can actually apply them. And that's really important if you're building that kind of information into your business plan, which you may then need to use to leverage funding from potential investors. You might need to be a little bit creative sometimes to overcome some of your restrictions. So if you do want to set up a focus group and you want to entice people along, you maybe need to think about what will appeal to the people you want to invite and what would be useful for them to actually come along so they feel they get something out of it too. And finally, as I said, the great danger is that we can collect information, we can answer very specific questions, and we can take the step-by-step approach and define your target audience. But unless you use that information to help you in your decision-making process, it can be a futile process. So please use the information that you gather, and please use that as your decision-making process, the basis for your decisions. And hopefully that will lead to a very successful business for you.